Hello, hello, hello. We are now back. I know it's been a week and I haven't streamed at all, but I don't know why. I've just felt a bit too lazy to do anything. But we are doing an event that is ending later today. Again, I'm still maxed on resin. I need to find out what to do with all of it. And oh my god, I forgot I'm in the middle of the ocean. Serenity Pot for now. Huh? Wait, where did my house go? Okay. That's weird. Hello, Tubby.
We have put in much work of late, and to much avail. Slowly but surely, the area is coming to life.
So, today, resin, weekly bosses. Of course, we're doing this. Those are 2 items I haven't used yet. Anything else that I can think of? Buying a lot of plants, I know that much. This is gonna be a repetitive noise and flash, so I should have warned you earlier, but please be wary with this. I will just set up sections saying like Serenity Pot, weekly bosses, stuff like that. Also, I did in fact hear the lore on the event that I'm doing today. Supposedly, someone on Twitter got really mad at Hoyo. So if I do this, then select all. Oh my gosh. That is insanely good.
If you
Okay. That is awesome to see. But, come on, it was on the tip of my tongue. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the guy on Twitter supposedly got mad at MiHoYo, thinking that they were releasing the Yelan skin when it explicitly doesn't say that they are. Like, it's showing it off, but you're not gonna get this. Yeah, you might as well do everything, shouldn't I? I guess it does make sense, but unfortunately we have 9 hours, and I do not think I can get through Olifontaine within 9 hours. Now, one thing I would be doing is because I saw how Natlan characters...
wine tastes this.
Be quiet. I saw Natlan characters have a fun way to get around, so I'm going for this one, Chaska. I don't know why. In my opinion, she just looks cooler. And also, I really want Bennett because I got a skin, but I don't have Bennett. I just realized how bad that is, actually.
Every journey has its final.
I have this,
Don't
but
rush.
I skipped so many days that I don't think it's worth it anymore. Yeah, I have 1 day. I couldn't even log in for 7 days. Wow. Wait, 14 hours. It's gonna reset tomorrow, then reset again, won't it? Okay, so I could still get the day 7 reward. I do feel bad about wasting it. Flameforged Insight. A lot of bows. New stuff here.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back
We
and
got
forth.
this.
And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many
Can you
things
be
come to
quiet,
settle.
Zhongli? That's why I don't like the Serenity Pot all that much, just because somehow it counts as a co-op even though nobody else is there. Finally, this guy will stop talking. Sorry, just after a while it gets kind of annoying hearing him say, Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. This is a lot of achievements. The good thing, I guess, is that there's no achievement that's impossible. Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. No, we didn't get a Nepha. We are guaranteed. And here she is.
Chaska, Flower Feather Clan. Any disputes you need me to end for you? Depending on the situation, it could cost you a little dignity. A few drinks, or potentially a round of ammo.
Honestly, it feels bad knowing that I would have gotten a 5-star in one pool. I really did want an Nepha.
This is your team? Cool. I like the vibe. I'm Bennett, leader of Benny's adventure team. Any chance we could team up? Please?
I know all about you, my boy.
Oh, hello. I'm Auroran from the Masters of the Nightwind. Want some vegetables? Oh, don't worry. I'm not trying to sell anything to you or get anything in return. There's no rhyme or reason for it, really. I just like to see what every seed grows up to be, so I end up with a lot of produce. As long as my vegetables wind up in the stomach of someone who enjoys them, that's all that matters.
Can I go 3 for 3 and get all 3 4-stars? No, I can't, but that is still an insane lineup. Who's the last one that didn't get? Aoife? Well, anyways. You are mine now. You shall slave away.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Okay, what's good about this is that if I get 8 more Wind Aster Flowers, I can get him all the way to here, where he can max level to
Benny's adventure team
70.
assemble!
Any cool swords? There's an energy recharge one. Sure, I'll put this on him for now. And her. Honestly, I don't think I ever whiffed on the weapon banner. But there's always a time for everything. I'm gonna check pity real quick. Literally has 0 pity. So either the last time I wished on it was 5 scores ago, or I never wished on it. Okay. Do I like Xingqiu or do I want Bennett instead? Bennett does improve attack for everybody, right? And he's another healer. I could use him instead of Kooky. But I kind of like Kooky because I feel like she applies more of her element than Xingqiu does. Well, we all know what I'm gonna say. That is a problem for future me. Okay. I did say I was gonna do weekly bosses. Who takes what? Oh, I can't see that. I don't even think I'm ready for weekly bosses yet. So since I can't do weekly bosses, I think... Do I get money? Do I get books? Do I farm bosses? I could level up Navia. I'll need more of these things. Nope, I'm not fighting that guy. I could fight the Rune Serpent. I could fight the Hypostasis. Or I could fight Fireflower.
Ow! Where did that come from?
I guess of all of the bosses, this one is probably the easiest. So yeah, right after I use resin, we're going straight into the event. Then later today, I'm also going to have to stream on ZZZ because there's also an event on ZZZ that is also expiring today. Is it a fighting event?
Solidify!
I don't know. I know it was a daily event though.
No, my sword! Let me weave you a bird.
Attack!
Oh, that is a bit loud in my headphones.
Hey there!
Physical damage bonus? With both crits on it. I hear like everywhere that Varka Nod Cry is probably going to be a physical character.
Stabilize!
Dissipate! Out of my way! Hey, watch out! Ha. Coming at ya! Ha-ha! Hiya!
There we go. Yeah, I guess I should just focus on one team. And if Bennett can improve my damage, I'll do it. Anyways, I kind of hate fighting the Oceanid anyway, so... Sorry, Xingqiu, you're getting kicked off the team.
Fire! Well, with rocks. Coming at ya! Hey there!
Now, if I'm right, Honkai Impact 3rd is like the one Hoyo gacha game that I don't play. And that game is already completed, if my memory serves correct.
Our bond is strong. Rain
So what
outlines your
happens
face.
with the
No, my
banners?
sword.
Is it just like every character is on a banner and you could just, like how the weapon banner works, you could select which one you want? Or does it still have a cycle? Or let's say if it was for like Genshin, would it be those extra banners where it's like an entire region? Like, I get it, we probably have another 2, probably 3 years of Genshin content ready.
Let me weave you a verse.
But still, I feel like it would be good to know what to expect about the banners after that happens.
Feeling lucky?
Like, I know they won't give out characters for free. And I sort of know that, like, nothing truly special will happen. But what will happen for Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero when the games finally end? Like, how would the banners look? Fujin. Yeah, this is kidnapping, says Paimon. I honestly feel pretty bad for the traveler. Like, this person only wants information on their sister and, like, to live a happy life, finding a place to settle down and live their life. But first you get caught up in an entire nation versus a dragon, and then that nation proceeds to give you, like, 0 information. Then you help set up a funeral for a guy that faked his death, and the one thing you were trying to protect, he just gives away, and he proceeds to give you no information. And then you have to go fight the shut-in that decided to agree with my enemies, and she tells you nothing. And then you go to Sumeru, which I hope the God of Knowledge does something. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how we're, like, 4 nations in, and with all of the Archons combined, Dainsleif is more helpful. Like, honestly, at some point I wouldn't have been shocked if the Traveler just, like, stopped helping the nations and decided to just travel with Dane. So, I can become fish. Gotcha. So it's kind of like those things in Sumeru. Wait, which quest is this? I'm not doing your quest. You can go with my other 5,000 quests that I am never going to do. You know what? All of you getting collapsed. Wait, what's this one? The Raiden Shogun quest? But yeah, if anything, I'm going to try to at least stream like 2 or 3 times on average. Last week was kind of an upset just purely because I decided to try and get all the way to, gosh. I am really not okay with talking. I was trying to go all the way to Natlan and finish up the entire story in a week, but that didn't work. Kind of wish it worked. Wait, resonate? Huh? Where am I supposed to go? Got it. I probably cheesed that. If I'm right, I'm going that way, so... Thank you. And not exactly, but it's close
Certainly
enough.
worth the extra mile.
Okay, I am going in this direction. Ah, there's the waypoint. But yeah, like 2 streams a week, probably 3. Each stream, I am sort of envisioning to do one, what is it called? Act? Let me go all the way back up. Yeah, 1 act per. Just because I feel like that's a steady pace, and also Sumeru took like 5 hours during Act 1, so I think it's only fair. And no, those are kind of out of my way. I'll grab this one. Also, bigger question, why didn't they just like give this area to us? Like, just make that an area we could go to. If I'm right, we're still missing, like... Also, I'm sorry for constantly saying if I'm right. But I believe Mondstadt was supposed to have a port, and people were expecting that port when Fontaine came out. And it never got its port, so I wouldn't be too shocked if that's where the port will be.
Quick, let's pack it up.
It's up? Oh gosh. Oh, not that up. Thought it was like one of those floating islands in the sky that I need to get to. Okay, I see. It's talking about that thing. Come on, Zhongli. Yes! His big head came in for the save. Gonna take that, then just come back here. One thing I do, like, wonder is, like, back to that question about what's gonna happen after the game's over. Like, I know there's multiple, like, summer and winter events that went on, and they're, like, never coming back. But, like, what's gonna happen at the end of Genshin? Will our Primo Gems be set in stone? We can't get any more? Or will there be, like, events? And the thing is, people wonder about power creep, but in my opinion, it's because of the people that play the games itself. Like, if you think about it, Power creep wouldn't exist if people stopped complaining that the game was easy. And the only reason I say that is, like, I do understand that, like, older characters are becoming irrelevant in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. ZZZ, not really. Like, Yelan is still really good, even though she was the first limited 5-star. But, like, in Genshin, you rarely see someone use, like, what's a good 1.0 character? Like, Venti, I guess? I feel like I hear a lot about Venti, but I don't see a lot of Venti players. And the thing about that is, like, okay, so Venti is a 1.0 character, but do people still play him to play him? Or do they just simply have him and stopped playing him? And then it just gets you a lot of questions. And the reason why a lot of characters are going out of style is because of people just saying that the game is too easy. Then they're like, okay, let me make this harder. They added enemies with more HP. Then you need a brand new character from the new region to even combat that, because the new characters have a multiplier for it.
Here is your reward.
And then people were saying, oh, that's too easy. What do we do now? And then they added local legends. Like that one... What was he? He was like a cactus with a... sombrero? Was it a sombrero? Or was it a fedora? I forgot what hat he was wearing. He was over in Natlan. Let's zoom out. He's right here, I think. He's right here or like over here. Wait, no. He's right here. I put this marker down for him. He's right here. But yeah, it's like a cactus with a sombrero, and I'm just over here wondering, like, that's what we get? People want to battle more, and so they're doing that? Couldn't people, like, ask for an endgame that's just, like, a really tricky puzzle? Into it we go.
Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time.
Paimon's new voice is so easy on the ears.
Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea if you would, and 2 more place settings. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
More than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Ooh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now.
Criminal syndicate?
Mora laundering. To the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title the Dark Financier.
Okay. And also, this was supposed to be after the entire Fontaine quest. And I know Paimon is in love with money. So does Paimon just not know any money terms? I thought she studied under Ningguang for like 5 minutes or something.
That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait. Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never. Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something. Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this Dark Financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house. None of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the Dark Financier himself.
Wait, so you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
So,
Yeah,
we just get to
kinda
be
stumbled into this
super
whole thing,
cool?
but
Gotcha.
now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyuvale, and for, the Liyue business world.
I admire your selflessness, Traveler and Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontainian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead. The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual, so our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
Northeast. All I can really do is hope that I don't need to go to too many spots where I don't have a waypoint. So clue 1 is connected to 2, which is connected to 6. Then clue 3 is connected to 5 and 6. Clue 4 is only connected to 5, which 5 is connected to 6, 3, and 4. That is the least confusing thing I've seen in a while. Okay, not too bad. Oh, there's these fish things. I don't think I can hit that. I'll come back for it when I actually do the quest here. And I do hate doing that, actually, like, just saying, oh, I'll do it later or something. But also, I just don't want to be confused when I do come back and do it later.
Let's start our investigation here.
And also, I would like to do streams like finding everything in Chenyuvale so people can just follow along. And I am sorry for my YouTube only being VODs. I don't know how to, like, CapCut edit anything,
This is just a normal
so...
stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Yelan Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
It's a bit unconventional, but at least the lighthouse has a different look from the regular, like, candy cane lighthouse.
Oh? Let's hear it.
Spying on the Millith helps with their operations. It's the perfect spot for counter-surveillance. It helps them avoid dangerous routes when transporting their goods. I feel like all of these are good answers. I'm gonna say counter-surveillance because they can see the lighthouse.
Not too far off at all, traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
Also, since a lot of people say that, like, the Traveler is the only one on the team and he just, like, he or she just shapeshifts. So technically, the Traveler is Agent Twilight from Spy Family, and we're about to get,
all set?
like, really deductive on this.
Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
Okay, camera. I can move, taking pictures, adjust. At the same time, also has a zoom. Okay. Thanks to a specialized array of lenses, the forensic imaging device can capture traces of things that are invisible to the naked eye. Zoom in and center your view on suspicious objects. Okay. So I equip it. Oh, is this a, what is it called? Like I Spy game? Photo of the area previously taken by the Millilith using their overhead surveillance device. Compare the photo with the current state of the area. Okay. So 5 seconds to figure out. Okay, so there's like wood planks on the left. There's like a wrecked ship on the right. There's a boat coming into the island. And it actually looks like we're up high. It looks like we're actually like up there looking down. So, okay, this dirt pile isn't here. Okay, that's one. The boat's coming. Okay, the boat looks like it's about to leave. Well, yeah, the cooking. Okay. I'm guessing that this is number 1 of 6, and it's just gonna be harder and harder memory
Some good finds.
games.
Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
That's actually a really cute, holder. Like, who knows, I could probably hold the thing at chapstick.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without
Just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
Have you ever seen the police force in America? If the Millilith take after them, I don't think they'll really care about
the traces on
that.
these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail.
I do understand that that was probably wrong to say, but I just hate to say it. On the internet, it's like 9 bad cop videos to 1 good cop video.
I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas?
Where the goods are hidden. Huh. I remember that boat guy from earlier, the goods transporter, might be on a ship. Surveillance operations are time sensitive, so if you needed to send a message, it will need to happen
Spot
fast.
on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the 2 locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well,
So it's another
our
shoreline.
next destination is decided then.
I guess that is smart. You don't need both bases looking at the lighthouse that's like right here. And what else? And well, since one's over there, it already got enough foot traffic and can see the lighthouse. So the second one being in like a desolate area where there's not a lot of foot traffic is actually a really good idea. I am learning a lot from this game, and it is shocking me. Can't go that way. I can't wait for the next area, but I also can because I'm not even done with the areas I have. Okay, if this event gives adventure XP, I think I'm gonna hit AR-45 today. If not, like I said, later on this week, I shall be doing a stream in Sumeru, and that should give me enough. Yeah, this is a really desolate area. But it's still pretty far, in my opinion, for messenger pigeons.
And nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
That's right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you. The evidence could be even more well hidden this time. All set? All right. I know you have an eye for detail, so use it to your advantage. You've got this.
Okay, equip. So, it looks like we're on top of the rock that's in front of us. There's a rock on that patch. The tree looks barren. Gosh, this is not a lot to go off of. This crate isn't in that picture. The rock was supposed to be there. Yeah, so this is wrong. Okay, I'm guessing there should be something on the left. Yeah, the lantern. Okay, where would the last item be? Bottom or top? Let's look at top real quick. Yeah, it's top. It's really nice that they don't put clues like right on top of each other. So you can just kind of deduce that There'll be one on the left, right, top, middle, bottom, and just go like that.
This must be it! The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
I don't think I could do
You got
solo
it.
field
This
work.
is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. He's got your back.
I will at least need Paimon
Good
to
point.
join me.
Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Wait, so people can just make gloves out of their element? Or is, like, Yelan that adept with using her hydro element that she can make gloves out of it?
Alright, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast. You must do that all the time, huh?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it. All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch.
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying Village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at Yelan Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
I hate to admit it, I probably said it before, but the best part, I don't care about artifact loadouts. This is probably the best thing that they ever added, so I don't need to do the spin around. It's just so nice not having to go press the menu, then go down to time, and then having to manually change it.
Well, it's been
Then
2
possibly
days.
messing up.
Let's go meet up with Yelan.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Paimon.
Ooh, Paimon's getting excited. Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective.
I don't know why, but Paimon sounds way more human now. Ooh, shiny.
Well done, you two. Right on time. The day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Financier's two lackeys, Corday and Dodamani, started moving the goods. See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods. It operates under the guise of a joint passenger and freight vessel.
Whoa, that's one huge boat. Paimon can see all the goods piled up on the pier. Seems like it's transporting quite a few passengers to Lumidu's harbor as well.
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidu's harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. Just bait to flush out the law enforcement on their tail. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface is involved with the dark financier. As an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance on the Millilith's lighthouse. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene, while you two inspect the goods. Remember to keep a low profile.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to float closer to the ground. No higher than the traveler's shoulder.
Also, I did get Pokemon Violet, so
All set?
I'm hoping I can play that on stream.
All right, we'll meet back up here once you're done.
The suspicious ship is moored near the wharf. Once you have swept the area and captured all available evidence, you will need to investigate the cargo on the pier. In order to successfully collect evidence, you need to line up the partial images from the files with the view through the imaging device until you get a perfect match. Kinda confusing, but okay. Okay. I need to see both of them. That looks good. But I'm not supposed to see that. How do I not see that? Got it. I was trying not to see that thing right there. So, I skipped that too fast. What am I looking for? While assessing the ship, you notice some marked goods. The mark were made using special kind of paint which can only be identified with the device I'm using. So use it to find all the marked goods and obtain some important clues. So I can only see this mark with the forensic device. Okay, anything. Barrel. And I see a crate behind it. Okay, anything else? Like another item back here? Ooh. Random item I can grab. Okay, I see nothing back here. One right there. So I'm missing one. I got that one. I got that one. Got... Okay, there was one there. Okay, so... that's it?
Okay, so no fakes. These people are definitely anxious to get their goods to Fontaine all in one go. But did you see the strange markings on some of them? Oh, wonder what they mean. Let's go ask Yelan.
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some useful intel too. We're almost certain their target is the auction taking place at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days. The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible to notice without some kind of specialized tech, like the forensic imaging device. I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, I'd wager this is Scamface's handiwork. Based on the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru, local fireworks, soap, and perfume.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming products and everyday necessities?
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. No, there's something going on there. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
I do think it's suspicious, but fireworks, soap, perfume, and fertilizer. Like, I see where fireworks are a problem, but Yelan didn't say those. She was like perfume, soap, fertilizer. What do they have in common?
Yeah! Let's see this thing through! Paimon's gotta know what's going on here.
Well, you've proved yourself so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, we're bound to come face to face with Corday and Dodamani. So make sure you're prepared. The investigation might look a little different this time.
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the rest of us.
There's one of the guys.
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure all the goods are in place for delivery.
Are they inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the boxes? Oh, Paimon can't make sense of it.
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. We might learn something useful. By all means, I trust your judgment.
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go up and talk to those guys? Yelan!
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House in Yilong Wharf, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's a pleasure, Miss Yelan.
Oh, so you've heard of me too?
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave Yenshang Tea House without hearing about your legendary dice skills. I suppose something keeps bringing us together. A shared love of tea, perhaps?
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. I'm heading to Fontaine on vacation, you see. Any recommendations on...
I'm sorry. I just want to hear something real quick.
You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House.
Okay, I just exited to stop her from talking. Let me set up properly. Jiulue. And how does she pronounce it again?
A famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House in...
How do you get Jiuguan? There's no, like, J or G before the UE. How does she get that? I'm sorry, that was totally off topic, but it just
someplace I could find
sounded
an
weird.
Exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or an auction. I hear Fontanian black tea has a unique flavor. I imagine your tea sets are a sight to behold as well.
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea sets as well?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan.
Oh god, his voice
I'm also
got
heading
deep.
to Fontaine for travel. Corday's invitation, you see. In fact, I'm the one who owns this ship.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's a good idea?
It is shocking how blatant she is being with them.
Alright, then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes.
Boxes, gotcha.
What's with the strong smell coming from these boxes? Must be a bunch of stuff mixed together.
It's dead fish.
And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says. Yelan really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right?
Formula made by mixing certain substances, not very complicated, but the steps are rendered in great detail. By mixing the 3 main ingredients in the prescribed proportions and the specified order, the distillation effect is significantly reduced, allowing small fireworks to function as detonators. Oh gosh. Install them in the location shown, then use a timer to control the explosion timing such that the ship's hull may be destroyed in open waters. Sink their goods so they can't take part in the auction. After that, the investigating forces of both Fontaine and Leeway will focus their attention on me. Don't worry, the boss won't play us out. Evacuate on your own, then pour your heart into acting out how grateful you are to have miraculously survived. Wait out the heat for 6 months, then move to finish this matter. All you need to do is bury the 15 million Mora the boss promised at the 7th century post. No need to contact me. 15 million?
Well, what does it say?
A lot of money that I'm gonna be stealing from these guys.
Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities off their tails, not drawing even more attention.
Scam face needs to protect the person at the top, so he's diverting attention and cutting off all leads.
Okay, Yelan was right. This guy is a complete lunatic. There are innocent people on this ship. We need to find and disarm those bombs as soon as possible.
Bomb squad, Aether and Paimon. Let's act. Okay, so I can press L1 and square. Oh, it tells me where they are. By referring to the cipher provided by Yelan, you deciphered the enemy's encrypted messages and obtained a map of meticulous markings of where the enemy has placed their disguised bombs. Dismantle them as quickly as possible. Okay, so there's one at the front, there's one on the mast, there's one that looks like it's just near the cargo door, the cargo bay door. If I'm looking at the ship from the back, which it seems like I need to go up the back to get to, it's on my right, and then there's one on the top. Okay, so so this is what they look like. Gotcha. So that's 1. 2 is right here. 3 is over here, right? Yeah. 3, and I go up. Here's 4, and 5 is right here. Nice. That was easy.
Alright.
It did kind of give me the map to them.
What about the cargo hold? Do we have enough time?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was the perfect response to a situation like this.
Yelan! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was your idea to board the ship, and we never would have been able to figure out that message without your cipher. Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous individual. That must have been quite the ordeal for you, gentlemen. Almost lost your cargo and your lives in one fell swoop.
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scarcely imagine what I did to offend this fellow. Resorting to murder like this. It's quite unfathomable.
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask them to send agents to Lumidus Harbor. The two of you are clearly in need of protection. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday, just to eliminate any remaining hazards. After which, the Maison Gardiennage will escort it all to its intended destination, of course. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Boer, for an auction in 2 days.
Ah, then rest assured, the Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible personnel. You can trust that your goods will arrive at the auction without a scratch.
Our sincerest thanks.
And with kindness, Yelan steals all their cargo.
You scared the life out of Paimon, Yelan! Going right up to them like that? What if they caught on and decided to, try something desperate?
It's not a question of if, Paimon. I'm sure they caught on. But in the interest of their own survival, they had no choice but to play along. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting desperate. The stint on the ship? That was him trying to cut his losses to save his own skin. He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the goods meant for the auction straight to the bottom of the sea, and let Scamface take the heat. The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction, but now we've ensured that they will, so he has no choice but to follow through. He could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. But remember, their worth is inflated. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, Corday would be staring down a potential conviction. At best, the Dark Financier has to find a new kind of moral laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine.
Wow, so it's just like a double-edged blade for the man behind
Our
this
trail of
entire
evidence
operation.
remains intact, and we let the buyer at the auction lead us closer to the Dark Financier.
Okay, that means, can we go over this again?
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it again in Paimon-friendly language. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction is crucial. So come prepared to see this through. Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation letter will get you into the auction. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
I kind of like how this entire time Yelan has been subtly saying, Paimon, you're stupid. And also, here is another thing. For one, free waypoint. For two, Free viewpoint. Nice. Got 2 free items. For 3, how do you even get up here? What do you mean we took a ship here? Like, that over there, right? Yeah, that's where we were. This is Chenyu Vale. How do you get your ship up here? Or is it that you plant your ship down here and then you take all your goods up? Let's just teleport to the actual city. Okay. Best feature in the game, activate. If you have watched up to this point, thank you for watching.
Alright, time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination? A very important auction at the Hotel de Boer. This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
At least this looks like it could be a hotel. It's just that, like, the last 2 hotel places looked very, very small.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to escort you to the auction.
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. But we gotta keep it together. This is our best chance to catch these guys. Wow! This place is packed! Is every rich person in Fontaine here or something? Oh, wait! The people we're after are hiding here too! It's time to get serious.
Where did you get those from? I want some.
What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Besides, if we're here as honest, hard-working detectives, we might as well look the part.
I want the glasses.
Too bad. Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all over. An even cooler pair.
Oh, it's her new outfit.
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and collected. Slow your breathing, tone down the emotion. We don't want to stand out.
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you.
Well, I am the current owner of the Yenshang Tea House after all, as well as an honored guest at this auction. So, I thought something with more of a Fontainian flair might be nice. A special outfit for a special occasion. Why? Does it look bad?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, let the vacation begin. We have an auction to crash. You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the cake towers in the Hotel de Boer.
We sure make a great team. But now that we're at the auction, what's our actual game plan?
This time your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the items being auctioned. When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do is bid. We want to drive up the price and create a bidding frenzy.
Wait, so we get to actually take part in the auction?
Thought Thoughtless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even disqualification. But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can drive up the price as high as you want. The more chaos we create, the better. The Dark Financier knows we're on his tail, so I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents here. The buyer is likely someone disposable, a scapegoat of sorts. After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, signifying them as tea aficionados. Our target should be among them. And I'm sure he's terrified, because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their inflated goods and wins the bid, it's game over for both Corday and the Dark Financier. Not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a time, so his scapegoat can't go too overboard with the bidding.
So, I'm guessing the reason the Dark Financier wants his own person to get the item is because if we win the item, he wouldn't have technically gotten rid of the money, then got the money back. Which I believe is what he's doing for money laundering. He's practically giving his money to his friend when he also buys, like, a teapot, and then that friend buys the teapot with his money, so he's just getting his money back. And I guess that's why they don't want someone else to win. My cat tried to eat my hand.
The point is, they have a plan, and
You're
our goal
mean.
is to mess it up. If Paimon was in their shoes, that would make her pretty nervous too.
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. I'll be up there during the bidding to keep an eye on things. And to see if anyone starts to squirm. One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up. But target him again and again, and trust me, he'll feel the heat. Once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little chat.
Yay, talking.
Yeah! We're on a winning streak, and we're not about to let up.
Act now. Wow, look at all these weirdos. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for. A badge that have been all the rage among tea enthusiasts lately. It has been worn by several buyers who signed up for the auction after the cargo ship incident. The scapegoat must be hiding among them, and... wait, no. So, it is imperative to track down all buyers wearing this badge. Okay, I guess I'll just go one by one. Doesn't, of course we don't. Is that? Yeah, that's it. But isn't that one different? It had blue flowers, didn't it? Yeah, blue petals. That's white. Who knows? Probably... Paimon, please. Okay, see nothing on you. Is that it? No, that's like a sailor badge. I don't think they're here to buy. He has it. And his petals are blue. Doesn't. No. Unless she's covering it, no. That's the sailor one. No. Oh, his is entirely blue and green. Oh, I already read that. Okay. So, discreet collector, famous fashionista, and art critic. So, discreet collector, bid frequency of medium. A collector with a low profile bidding style who appeared several times at important auctions, although they haven't been attending auctions as frequently as before. Their bids are always focused on most precious of pieces. The famous fashionista has a bid frequency of low. A lavishly dressed lady, based on your intel, she is a well-known figure within Fontaine's fashion world, a regular at fashion exhibitions and events, and an avid collector of unique accessories and trinkets. Record... Which one is that? Records or records? Records, okay. Records show that she has participated in such auctions multiple times before. I don't think it's her, because this one specifically said that she's here for, like, trinkets and accessories, while this one said precious pieces. And then we have the art critic. His bid frequency is high, a regular commentator for publications like The Steambird. This affluent connoisseur with refined artistic tastes is a fixture of the auction house scene. However, their usually late appearance at this particular auction raises some questions. Honestly, he could have just not been interested in the first half. I am gonna say... Of course I don't think it's the fashionista. If he works at the Steambird, aka the news station, I doubt it will be him. And this guy does get precious pieces, so go in discreet collector.
He's acting strange, and there's something off with his attire. No mistake.
Yes.
That's our guy. His tea aficionado pin is a special color. Most likely to make it easier for Corday to keep tabs on him and the situation as a whole. Which means the two don't know each other well at all. That's something we can use to our advantage.
Desperation is always something that could lead to something bad.
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this antique painted vase. Should be a wonderful addition to my home decor.
Did you see those tea sets from Chenyu Vale? People were bidding on them left and right. My goodness, those final numbers. Far too high for my pocketbook.
This was not how it was meant to go. Where did those two come from?
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Gardiennage will double it.
You? I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman over here is also on a need-to-know basis. If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and eliminate them. All he can do is follow orders, I suppose.
Eliminate?
So he was
You
gonna be
lucked out,
killed?
kid.
Damn.
Getting cornered by the law just saved your life.
No. This can't be happening. The boss said that even if I got sent to the fortress of Meropide, all I had to do was keep my mouth shut and he would find a way to get me out. And he even paid me $3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang on for a few more years. But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what? He's afraid I'm gonna talk? So now I'm just collateral damage?
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making, what you get in return are nothing but the scraps.
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Gardiennage. Need them to tell you where this ends?
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss and have a little chat.
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. I've only met him 3 times, to pick up the advance, to go over the plan, and to get the funds for the auction. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver the goods. There's a certain method I can use to get in contact with him in case of emergencies.
All right then. But first, we need to search your home for evidence related to the case.
Phew! Mission accomplished. You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan. Paimon almost couldn't believe it.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Once I laid his interests out on the table, it didn't take much for him to realize he stands to gain more with us than his boss. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal. Especially you, officer. You make an excellent hitman.
Ah, well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that. Thought I could've pushed it a little more, honestly.
Aw, it was
kidding?
fake.
Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
Well, what's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday or Dodamani?
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nab him once he makes it back to Beta Harbor. The Millilith are pursuing Scamface, so that just leaves Corday. Tail him, but be sure to keep your distance. We don't want him to tip anyone off.
You got it. I love it when a plan comes together like this.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lion's Den. It's time for the dark financier to face the music.
So we finally get to bust the guy. Of course, I need to wait. But at least it's not that long of a wait time. Where am I going? Down? Of course it's... Okay. Do I just ride the line, or do I walk? I need to do some things on the YouTube channel, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna ride the line. But don't worry, this time I won't forget to talk to this one. Okay, and now we wait. Thank you all for listening to Evolve Talk again.
Welcome aboard this Aquabus, one of the most unique forms of transportation in all of Teyvat. This boat will take you from Romaritime Station to the Court of Fontaine. Normally, this line doesn't have many passengers, so you have your pick of the best seats. Oh, but you still have to follow all the passenger guidelines. These include not placing sharp tools flat on the chairs and not bringing overstuffed lunchboxes on board. We've had quarrels break out between passengers over things like that. Some even escalated into private brawls. Of course, Fontaine's rules state that if you want to fight, apply for a duel. So, those two passengers were promptly sent to the fortress of Meropede, where they went on to live peaceful, disciplined, and well-mannered lives. So, all's well that ends well, but please do not follow their example.
Okay, let's get off now. Meant to get off like a second ago. Also, I think they changed it to where if you leave, Evolve finally stops talking instead of her talking all the way there. Yeah, no, you know the gist, I ain't fighting. Goodbye. There we go. Yeah, I'm almost there, not too far off.
Alright, this is where the boss told me to bring the goods. This area is full of apartments and warehouses for rent. The Maison Gardiennage came through not too long ago to keep trouble off the streets. I guess boss thinks it's safer to operate right under their noses. Now, to arrange an emergency meeting, we need to activate a series of mechanisms to send him a signal. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea how to activate them. The only hint Boss gave was that the code had something to do with colors. Maybe he was planning to give me more information after the auction, but that plan fell through, obviously.
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth sailing at this point. But no, of course. There's yet another obstacle. Well, after all the investigating it took us to get this far, figuring out what to do with these mechanisms should be a piece of cake.
If all goes to plan, this should be the last phase of the investigation. It's a shame, I know. But all good things must come to an end.
Okay.
All right. Then let's see those detective skills in action.
Okay. Okay, quick look. Mailbox. There's a flower pot in front of the door. Okay. This is broken. Oh, wait, no, it's the pot on top. Huh? It doesn't look broken in the photo, but I guess that is it. Okay. Let's check the door. The flower's gone. Mailbox looks normal. That wasn't in the picture. Anything else? Oh, that isn't in the picture either. That it? Yay! I'm glad it wasn't something sort of dumb like there was a wreath on top of the door.
All right, the mechanisms have been activated. Now, all we have to do is wait for our target to take the bait.
You know what? For some strange reason, Paimon's not nervous at all.
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete failure at the auction? Or to fish for a bigger cut? Accidents happen, of course. What I care about is whether you have the spine to deal with the consequences.
So you do believe in consequences. Seems a bit ironic, coming from the likes of you.
Oh? A trap, I presume. I've set a fair share of those myself. I suppose it's about time I stumbled into one set by someone else. No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out to be a disappointment. It's happened before. It's not easy to earn the dark financier Rovere Pelliccia's respect, but I must say, you three detectives are a force to be reckoned with. I suppose congratulations are in order. 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a Mora laundering organization decades in the making. I have to hand it to the Fontaine and Liyue authorities. Your operation really has been a roaring success.
Why is the Dark Financier so polite? Not the kind of crime boss Paimon was expecting.
Oh, do be serious. You thought you'd corner me, and then what? I just surrender?
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes. You know you're out of options.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer Edler dismantle my organization piece by piece. As you cut off my limbs, gouged out my eyes, deafened my ears. I was helpless to stop it.
So you're planning on taking us down with you, is that it? Never heard that one before.
My livelihood is in tatters, Agent Yelan. Hundreds I had working under me, hundreds. And now, they're either locked up or useless. Corday is the only one who still has some value. My Mora laundering days are over. We both know that. And considering how your operation's been progressing, it was only a matter of time before you locked on to me. I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but you see, there's only so much a man can lose before he starts to get rather angry. So, Agent Yelan, even if the only score I get to settle here today is ending your precious life, well, that's a high I'll ride straight to the bank.
Ah! Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back what she said! This isn't very polite at all!
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks on the black market. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine. 'Cause as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama, then I'm more than happy to give him a show.
Let's do this.
Things are about to get dicey.
I thought there was like 4 of them. Oh, they only appeared now.
Gotcha. Quietly now.
Ouch. Ouch.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Unbelievable. You've bested me. Fair and square.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No, I think I'll say my piece instead. You can pretend to have seen the error of your ways, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to rot in prison for the rest of your life. And every moment of every day you'll be cursing the greed that put you there. Every coin of dirty money that you've pocketed over the years is just another nail in your coffin. And all you'll be able to do is curl up in the corner of your cell like a dying animal and waste away whatever remains of your pathetic life.
You're not a detective, no. You're some kind of demon.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. But it's too late for that now.
Not the sticker for getting.
After 6 months of hard work, I finally get to tick off the mission accomplished box at the end of the case file. Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. Don't let him try anything. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to prison before the day is out.
So they've been tailing this guy since February?
Miss Yelan, Traveler, Paimon. As a personal thanks for all your help, you deserve half of the bonus I'm getting for this case. I will also request that the Maison Gardiennage extend our utmost thanks to our partners in Liyue.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler, but that's too kind. I was just doing my job. I can't, in good conscience, accept even a single Mora. I'll have to pass up any invitations for banquets or tea tastings as well. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
I was here for a whole 5 days.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, analyzing all those clues and trying to uncover their schemes, that her brain hurts. But at the same time, she feels smarter than before.
You're sparkling,
Maybe
Paimon.
Paimon really does have what it takes to be a real detective.
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, we're heading to the Maison Gardiennage to get a confession out of these guys. Did you want to tag along?
You really mean it? Yes! 100% yes! Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Edler and learn some cool new detective skills! Who knows? Maybe they'll come in handy someday! Alright! Then let's rendezvous outside the Palais Memonia!
Is this canonically the first
both our lives
time
can get back
the
to
Traveler and
normal now,
Paimon
Traveler.
have been away from each
After
other?
talking about it for so long, I finally have the chance to enjoy a real vacation. Mind humoring me for a bit, traveler?
Well, for me it is, I think. Okay. Oh. Another quest. Honestly, I kind of think that I can get to AR-45 if I just collect every single waypoint there is in the game. Who knows, I might do that.
What a nice night. Fresh from maritime flowers, fragrant perfume from the shop on the corner, the rich aroma of coffee beans, all blended together in the night breeze. Makes for quite the relaxing atmosphere. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere, enjoying a few glasses of sparkling wine and getting pleasantly tipsy. All right, then let's look for a place to stop. I wonder what special drinks the hidden taverns of this city offer. Oh, but first, I wanted to head to the Confrérie of Cabriere before it closes. Mind helping me pick out some perfume to go with this outfit? I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry you can get around here. There should be quite a few souvenirs worth perusing. Well, with the most cultured traveler in all of Teyvat by my side, I should take advantage of this opportunity. I'm counting on you not to steer me wrong.
This is nice.
I'm satisfied. This has been a nice trip abroad. A very nice trip indeed. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed on vacation. It can't be helped. Duty calls. I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated cargo inspection system. Then I'm off to the location of my next assignment. Nodcry.
Oh, that's the next region.
No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligence partner to decide on a mutually beneficial agreement going forward, and to set some boundaries. I'll fill you in later. For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this exciting trip to Fontaine? That's right. After this, I know I can trust you to have my back, Traveler. Or should I say, Agent. I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this picture. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Nodcry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many.
That is definitely being the thumbnail of this video. Was that it? Okay. About an hour and 15 minutes. Not bad. Not a bad length, honestly. And who knows, it was probably supposed to be a bit shorter because I did not have every waypoint. But yeah, not bad for the total time it took. But I am sort of gonna guess that that was supposed to be an event. What's so important here? Oh, it was the Easy Breezy album. There we go. But yeah, that was not a bad story. Especially for only an hour. But I was gonna say that I believe this event, because you needed to talk to Yelan each time, it was going to be an event where you only got, you only got like part 1 on day 1, part 2, day 2, so it took 6 days to get it all. Or it took 5 days and you got part 5 and 6 at the same time. And that is why a lot of events I wait until the last day. Like later on today, I'm going to ZZZ to do one of their events that only unlocked 1 of 5 stages each day. But good thing I can just binge them all and do all 5 all together. And then they did it again. There's 2 that are going on right now that's like, you can only do 1 a day. And in my opinion, it's just fun to do it all at once. If I could see where it could be fun doing it all in one day. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I do have 2 of these. And now, I have 1 extra. Also, I'm just gonna say another thing. It's kind of rude that they put Yelan's skin in the game, but did not make her a character on the banners. And I find this for a lot of characters. Didn't they do this with other characters' skins? During Lantern Rite, was Hu Tao on the banner? I want to say she wasn't. Yeah, I want to say that was Ganyu and Shenhe on the banners. Or was that the Lantern Rite before the last one? I forgot. Like, the 4 stars make sense. Some of the 5 stars also make sense. Like, Diluc's, Kaching's, Jean's, do they really not have a outfit for each of the 5 stars? I know Mona has a built-in skin, but they don't have a limited time skin. But yeah, some of these make sense. Like the 5 stars and 4 stars, because you can get them anytime. I want to say I did stream this one. If not, I played it. Oh wait, no, I didn't play it because I would have gotten the Kaya skin. But I believe Klee was on the banner when her skin came out. I want to say Ganyu and Shenhe were on the banner when their skins came out. This came out during Nahida's birthday. I don't remember if she was on the banner. And then again, I'm not too sure about Hu Tao. But I do know Yelan was not on the banner when her skin came out. Anything else for me to do? Just collect those, really? Okay, well then, I will either log on tomorrow just to do my dailies and level up to AR 45 and we can come back to that, my next stream. Because the main reason I don't play on my alt accounts is because I don't like to leave anybody that watches me behind. Like, in Honkai Star Rail, I haven't played it in over half a year. Why? Not because it's boring, just because I know out of the 3 games, Genshin, Zenless, and Honkai Star Rail, you can get to AR 70, not AR, TB 70 really quickly. So I just decided, let me not play Honkai Star Rail, and I haven't played it in over half a year. The last character I got on the banner was Jade. We're still in the Zhanlu Fo. So after I'm done with Genshin and get majority of it done, like, who knows, I'll just like Zenless, leave out all the commissions, finish up Honkai Star Rail, and then when I finish all 3 games, storylines, I'll start working on my commissions and getting those down. Like, Zenless is the easiest one, and so is Genshin, because I could do it by region. I could do, like, Mondstadt commissions, and then Leeway commissions, and then Inazuma commissions. But Honkai Star Rail, you could do that too. But yeah. Gonna say this is my catchphrase, but that is just a problem for future me. I shall see you all later.